When you swipe down from the top of the Go Ultra, you're going to get these settings. This is going to let you lock or unlock the screen so that it won't rotate. That's pretty nice. You also have the ability to actually lock the screen so that none of the buttons will do anything. And then when you want to unlock it, you just slide it over, which I really like. Also, that is the Lark A1 underneath there. You can actually connect the mic to this thing, which is cool. So we'll go ahead and swipe back down. You have the ability to turn off the lights. You actually get some nice range here. You can do high, medium, low, or off for the indicator lights. So if you want to be more discreet, you just drop that to off, and then we just pop backwards. And then if we want to turn the volume, you can go adaptive, high, medium, low, or mute. So now you're going to be extremely discreet when you're running around with this. That little blue light will stay on, but the pod lights are all off. So there is no indication that you are doing anything with this camera, which I actually think is pretty cool. Now, if we go ahead and swipe down, we've got the screen brightness setting, so we can just run this up from all the way down to all the way up. That's pretty nice and bright. And then we can go backwards, and we're going to go ahead to quick capture. So I have quick capture turned on. It just means if you press the record button, it will automatically start. Enable quick capture to quickly start recording. And then when I do a single press, it does 4K 60, and then double press is free frame 4K 30. So this is when you're just using the standalone camera is powered off, right? When the standalone camera is powered off. So I could have this guy off and about over here, and then I can just double tap this thing, right? I can just double tap that little guy, and we'll go straight into the quick capture, which is pretty cool. And then single press obviously does the other one. Then we have pre-recording, which you can turn on, is not supported at 2x zoom. Oops, I have 2x zoom turned on, that's fine. I don't care. So here we go. Now we have the 2x zoom turned off, and if I come back down, I can turn on pre-recording. So this will save the video for 10 seconds before you press the button, ensures you capture, and I think that, yeah, that's all you can do. You can just set it right there. So you can start pre-recording. And so what it's doing is, it's literally just gonna have the last 10 seconds already recorded. It's kind of like an infinite loop, if you will, and it just starts writing over everything. So it's writing over the old video footage, and that's just right there. I actually have this set up as my quick button, so I can just press this and it will cancel it. So anytime that I want to use quick capture, if I know that I'm out with the kids and we're just waiting for something to happen, then I can just let it sit there and it's not gonna totally kill it. The interval video is super cool. You can do this for vlogs, you can do this for kids stuff, you can do this for biking, you can obviously do it for running or custom. So a lot of different settings here. Essentially the way this works is it will automatically record every 5 minutes at a 1 minute pace, or for 1 minute. So if you're running around with the family or whatever, you don't have to think about it. You can drop this little thing onto your chest, carry this around with you all day, and you never have to wonder if you're getting footage from the day. And that's pretty nice, actually, if you want to throw it on your kids and let them run around, or if you want to go biking or running, that kind of stuff. And you can always do the normal recording feature if you want to. It's not like you're stuck with just this. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of that though, because I'm not trying to do that right now. You can do the AI highlight assist. The current resolution does not support AI highlight assist, so I would have to drop from 4K 60 probably to 4K 30 for that one, maybe even less. And then we'll go over here to time to capture. One of the cool things about this is you can literally set this thing to wake up and start recording whenever you want. So if I want to set this for like 4 a.m. and then have it happen just one time, and I can set all of my stuff going on here, Mega View on, Tilt Fix on, all that kind of stuff, and I know that I'm going to get exactly what I want in the morning. All right, so that's pretty cool. Sorry about that blur out there for a second, but there you go. You can see all of that right there. I like having my grid on. Oh, wait, we want to turn time capture off. I'm not trying to do that. We just turn the grid off right there. And so this is the grid feature. You can see right there. I have that turned on because I like to have the indicators. I don't use the level indicator, but I guess we could go ahead and turn it on so you can kind of see. That's the little green line right there. That's not bad. If I drop this little 2x on there, we can kind of tilt it, and you can see exactly how that thing is working. So pretty cool, pretty simple. Probably not something I'm going to use or even leave on at this point, so we'll go ahead and turn the level indicator off. Then we have the, audio settings. Nope, don't want that. And then we're going to go to the audio settings right here. If I just tap this, you can see you just got a couple of different options here. Auto wind noise reduction strong, weak, voice enhancement, and then stereo. I tend to keep it on this one, but if I know that I'm out with a windy situation, I'll try and make sure to drop it into this mode, because that's obviously better for those situations. Kids mode is interesting. When turned on, reduces the interference of sound and light to kids and prevents accidental button presses. So you can turn off the standalone camera prompts, you can turn off the standalone camera indicator light. all those kinds of disable standalone camera button presses. So should help you avoid any issues with the kids when you're letting them run around with the thing. And then lastly, we have the voice control options and gesture control, screen reader, and Bluetooth. Now the Bluetooth thing shows the mic air right there, but that is not actually available for me right now. I have tried to connect to this multiple times, and hopefully a firmware update is actually going to let us do that. And then the screen reader, when on the camera, prompts via voice for various commands and updates. I'm definitely not going to use that. Gesture controls I've always been a little bit hesitant on. They just seem a little inconsistent. And the voice control, you really have to make sure you enunciate the phrases like start and stop, or it doesn't work. So that's a quick run through of those. Now we have the camera settings, the camera info. This is my firmware, my device, serial number, action pods, all that kind of stuff right there. If we go back to this way, we can hit to general. I like having the vibration on. I have the auto power off to 3 minutes, which I have found to be the right number, and then screen off, auto sleep after 30 minutes, and that's just if you forget, but I'm usually turning it off. And you can long press to cancel the recording, which I absolutely love, but that only works for this right here, okay? Only this one. It does not work for the action pod itself, so just be aware of that if you're someone that's thinking of doing that. All right. Oh, wait. And then we have the general. Okay, that's everything. Yep. Then if we go back here, we've got the SD cards. You can check that stuff out. You've got standalone camera button settings. So if I tap this, kids mode is turned on. Standalone camera button presses are disabled. Oops, I didn't realize I left that kid mode turned on. Huh. Well, let's go ahead and turn that off. I thought I had that off, but that's fine. Oh, here we go. And we'll go back into these settings, and then we can go down to the quick button customization. Well, actually, we'll go standalone here. So single press video, you can control this, whatever shooting mode you want: video, pure video, free frame, time shift, time lapse, loop recording, slow motion, star lapse, burst photo, interval photo, and then a normal photo. So you've got all of those different settings options. If we come back here, you can change it from the custom parameters and just do auto stuff. I like to know exactly what I'm getting, so we've got high stabilization, no HDR, 16.9 ratio, 4K 60, and that makes me happy. So that's what I'm going to stick with, okay? Then we have the shooting parameters where you can control all of your different settings. I keep this in auto with face detect and all that kind of stuff, but, oh, this is sharpness, yeah, medium sharpness, yeah, that's fine. And then we can go manual. You've got controls over all of these things with the ISO, the white balance, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to do some tests in the studio just to see what that gives us, just to see if there's anything that I can do to make that really high quality just sitting in here. You can make sure you have your field of view what you want. You have your tilt fix on or off. I like having the tilt fix on. It works for me, but you can obviously turn that thing off. Let's go ahead and go back here. We'll go back into these guys. General settings, or not general. You can see we've got a lot of good options here. So standalone camera press, you can now have a double press option, and this is just when you have the pods separate. So when the pod is out, this is what these things are doing. So a double press is going to give me pure video, and then I have my custom parameters again: 4K 60, 16:9, auto shooting parameters, mega view, and tilt on. So that's kind of what I have going on. Now for me, sometimes I will set this to the free frame video mode if I want to. I really like their free frame video, and it's good when I'm out running around. But when I'm with the family doing family vlogs, I'm going to stick on that pure video mode. Now we have quick button customization, and that's going to be this one over here. So start and stop recordings can be this guy right there when I'm actually recording, and it's just the standalone. So that's the quick button customization. All right. And then Wi-Fi settings are off. Connect to the app is good. We've got the video encoding at H.265. That's the one that I like to use. If you're someone that uses other things, that's totally fine. Wait, I just switched out of that. That's not good. There we go. All right. We've got the video bitrate to high. I've heard this is the best, so freeform video is only shot at high bitrate. Okay, cool. And then we've got the auto anti-flicker stuff going on. We've got the gyro calibration, which is super simple to set up. Then we have the language is English, and Apple Find My is turned on, so I can find this thing, which is super cool. I like the way the Find My works, and we've got all of that stuff. So that is actually a pretty thorough rundown of everything. If you are in this mode and you swipe up, then you're going to get all your camera settings and everything. If you tap the camera, then you can rotate through these things, which is kind of cool. And you can have your preset modes if you want vlogging, running, or whatever. I tend not to use those. I just kind of go for exactly what I know that I want, and then I'm happy. And that's that. So I hope this helped you, kind of gave you a full rundown of all of the stuff you could expect from the settings in this camera. And the next thing to do is to give you a bunch of test footage, which we will be getting into. So let's rise with the tide, and I'll see you on the flip side.